My name's Tom, and today we're going to talk about 3 different microphones for content creators. So whether you're a YouTuber or a game streamer, maybe you want to start a podcast, there's so many different options for microphones, and we're going to limit our discussion to 3 today, and really the 3 that I like to suggest people check out when they're starting something up. First is the Shure SM7B. This is a dynamic mic. It's really popular with podcasters. You see it on like Joe Rogan Experience and a bunch of others. There's some negatives to this mic. One of them is the price. It's over $400, which is not much in the world of microphones. But if you're just starting out and you're on a budget, you know, it can be a little bit expensive. So that's option 1. We're going to go into detail on all these, but just kind of overview. Rode NT1 is the next microphone. This is going to be the cheapest one we talk about. It's under $200. Really nice flat sound, and it doesn't cost very much. And then the third is actually a kit. It's the DJI Mic 2. I'm wearing one right now. This is what you're listening to. And it comes with a receiver and 2 transmitters. So it's a wireless microphone that clips to your person. So we're going to talk about these three different microphones and kind of their strengths and weaknesses. We're going to listen to audio samples. And we're not going to get too into the nerdy frequency response, like audiophile stuff. It's more like practical. If you have these 3 options, which one should you pick and the reasons for that choice? So probably the best thing to do now is an audio comparison of these 3 microphones. I have the Rode NT1 in Pro Tools. This is our top track here, the red one. Middle mic is the DJI Mic 2 in blue. And bottom is the Shure SM7B in purple. Recording simultaneously to Pro Tools, 48 kilohertz, 24-bit. The Rode and Shure are going through my Audient Aurea interface. It has 2 great preamps. And then the DJI Mic 2 is recorded from the receiver, actually, recorded through the USB-C plugged directly into my Mac Studio. So I'm just normally talking. I'm moving my head a little bit because I got to look around and stuff. Best thing probably now would be to stop. And let's check these out. Here's what I like about the Rode NT1. It sounds very natural. It doesn't really sound like a microphone. It just sounds like it's in the room with me. It is pretty close, you know, maybe 8 inches from my mouth. The DJI Mic 2, the frequency response on it is just not great. It's a lav mic. It's on my chest. It doesn't sound as crisp, but it goes wherever I go, so it's kind of convenient in that regard. The Shure SM7B actually sounds more broadcasty. Like, it doesn't have the crisp high frequencies, and that's the biggest fault of this microphone. To me, like, if you have a harsh voice, the SM7B can really help smooth off some of the harshness. If you have a nice rich voice, it's going to accentuate, because it doesn't have the highs, more of the low end. Okay, this is recording. I'm recording all 3 mics while we talk about the prices and features of each one of these. So first of all, let's go with the cheap option, the Rode NT1. It's $159 on Sweetwater. Price is going to vary based on your country and tariffs and all kinds of stuff. It comes with a pop filter, which I don't really believe in using. It also comes with a little baggie, cable, and a shock mount. Shock mount is very important for reducing low frequency rumble, you know, that kind of thing, and any movement that goes on. And you get all this for, you know, under $200. To me, for a microphone that sounds this good, that is just a solid deal. So next you have the DJI Mic 2. This is $349, so quite a bit more, actually double the expense. But you get 2 transmitters, you get the little baggie with the accessories, the fuzzy fur covers for wind. Really, these do a great job if you're outside doing sports or outdoor videos. If any breeze comes up, this is going to knock that down. It does also come with personalized noise reduction, which I don't tend to use. And you can record on the transmitter, which is great. You know, if you want to save battery life and get a little small recording on the transmitter, you can totally do that. I'm a big fan of this, but you know, it doesn't sound as good for studio stuff as the other options. So now if we go to the Shure SM7B, this is the most expensive option. It comes with an extra pop filter, a little Velcro thing in the mic, and that's it. You will probably want to buy a preamp, a booster basically, that plugs into this XLR port here. I use the FET head. If your preamp has enough gain, you don't necessarily need those boosters, but they do help out if your preamp doesn't have the gain to, you know, deal with this hungry microphone that you've got. So there you go. Price low to high. The NT1 is $159. DJI Mic 2 is $349. SM7B is $439. So you got cheap, you got moderately expensive, but you get two microphones, so keep that in mind. And then you've got the most expensive of these three. There is, I'll just go back to the DJI real quick. There is a single transmitter version of this. The single microphone one of these is $219. So there you have a better gradation of prices from good, better to best as far as price, not quality. Good, better, best as far as how much money it saves you. So here's some of the key features I like about each of these microphones. The Rode NT1, it's just a simple, old school, large diaphragm condenser. You know, it comes with a pop filter, which I don't like to use. But the features, it doesn't really have much. You plug it in and it kind of sounds good. So there's nothing to adjust. Some versions do have a USB output, which is kind of cool. But it's just a good sounding general purpose kind of Swiss Army knife of knives. You could record acoustic guitar, voice, drums, piano, birds singing, like whatever you want. So features, not much. It's a microphone with a shock mount. SM7B, it does have a couple cool features. It's got the switches on the back for frequency response. It has a high frequency boost, which you can enable. It has the extra pop filter. Downsides, it's not a feature, it's more of a detriment. It does need a lot of gain, so you might have to buy a little booster, you know, a FET head or a cloud lifter to bring the gain up to the level that you need. And then the DJI Mic 2 features, it has a cool setup, like the mechanics of it and the charging case, very cool. The little cables that connect to things, the two transmitters, the receiver. It's got a lot going for it. You can actually charge the microphones in the case without plugging it in. It's got a battery built in. So it has probably the most features of these three mics, but you know, the sound quality maybe isn't quite as good as the other two. And it kind of makes sense. You know, DJI is known for making usable tools that serve a purpose, but you know, maybe not like primo quality stuff. So truth be told, I like all three of these mics. I like the Shure SM7B if I can be right up on it and close, and you know, deal with the preamp requirements of it and deal with having to just stay posted up in front of the mic. Great sounding microphone. I like the portability of the DJI Mic 2, that I can have somebody come in, clip a mic on them and talk to them and not worry about where the mic is. I don't have to worry about mic stands being in the shot. Super easy to set up. Sound quality, not that great, but that's okay. And I also like the Rode NT1. This is so cheap. I could buy a bunch of these and just beat them to hell. Doesn't really matter. Sound quality is good. You know, I can have the mic a little further off. I'm in a studio, so the sound quality is going to be pretty good. Like, I've got it sound treated and it's very quiet. So really solid option and the lowest price of all three that we've talked about. So which mic is right for you? That's going to totally depend on the content you're creating. Hopefully this has helped you out. Answer some questions. If you have any extra questions I didn't cover, just leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Till then, take care.